everybody. I'm doing a session for a client, so I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a session with me, you can do so by visiting my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you all so much for being a part of this experience, and I want to thank you, the client, so much for the opportunity to connect with you. Thank you so much for sharing with us here. I am really excited about these goals. I actually looked up this Mr. T from the Mapogo coalition. You guys are all going to know what I'm talking about once I read these goals, but I got to at least share this picture. There's Mr. T. We're going to be exploring that face. Look at that face. All right. What do you think Mr. T is telling us here? He looks like he's pretty pissed off, doesn't he? All right, so your goals are this. Hi, Abby. For this session, I'd like to ask you about an experience I recently had that I would like to explore a little deeper. I was doing an energy clearing and tune-up, and when I got to my heart chakra, I saw a snarling lion looking back at me. This wasn't the MGM lion. It was more like Mr. T from the Mapogo coalition. Can be seen in YouTube videos. I actually looked up Mr. T and then I got that beautiful face, right? Okay, male lions are powerful protectors of the pride and territories they claim, but they also display a brutality and aggressiveness that is truly frightening. And Mr. T was especially aggressive and unpredictable. Yet he loved his 5 brothers and was very loyal to them. So my question is, why is Mr. T, or another lion like him, in my heart? Yes, I do love lions, though I wouldn't call myself a cat person. I've owned dogs all my adult life. Abby, can you help me figure this out? I'm also recovering from a stroke 3 months ago, and my cardiologist and I are trying to fine-tune the medications to keep my blood pressure down. Question: how high would your blood pressure be if you had a lion in your heart? I would be grateful for any other information you can provide. Much love. All right, so I love this. You literally did your own personal psychic tune-up, like energy healing tune-up, and you saw Mr. T. Like, you've got to own it. It wasn't an MGM lion. Like, it wasn't this Las Vegas lion or whatever. It was a Mr. T from the Mapogo coalition. That's what it reminded you of, because it was representing that, exactly that, right? Now, reading more about Mr. T's story, you know, I've been playing, well, I haven't, but I've been watching Joe play this game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I've been really interested in the Vikings and Viking stories. And the story about Mr. T and this Mapogo coalition really reminds me of the Vikings as well, because they're conquerors, you know? And so are these male lions, were conquerors. And I read the story of what happened to Mr. T. Really interesting stuff. So thank you for introducing me to that. But we will find out why you saw him in your heart chakra. And then also, let's work on your blood pressure and the stroke, okay? My gosh, let's work on whatever we can do to really enhance your health, your overall health. Okay. I'm going to relax now and get tuned in. This is going to be amazing. All right, here we go. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm going to go into your heart chakra, and I'm going to choose to see Mr. T there to try to understand why he was there. See if he still is there, okay? Right now, it actually... I'm going to tell you what, I feel really slow. I feel really short of breath. I feel like literally follow my fingers here and just up my throat, just like this to my chin. I don't know, like there's a odd blood flow here that's just not, I feel like I'm lacking in breath. I'm short of breath, okay? Maybe Mr. T is trying to instigate the fight within you to stay alive, about survival. Maybe it's not about aggression, maybe it's about survival. Like maybe you need that kind of power, energy in order to boost yourself beyond this experience. Because right now, this is literally your heart chakra. Just looks like, let's just take a round mirror and then let's make it flat like this. And we're gonna look down into it like it's water, but it's actually a reflective surface, and it's more of a dark metallic, okay? That's like a liquid. And this is what your heart chakra looks like for some reason, okay? And then I feel short of breath. So me trying to put Mr. T in here is actually challenging for a reason, okay? So, okay, this is the next scene. I'm still working with shortness of breath, but you're in like a dental chair, and this is weird. It's like maybe you have like weird braces, but I see a metal wire that's going around literally your forehead, and then it's kind of like it's attached to like braces on your teeth, and it's going around your face, and you're forced into a really awkward situation here. Why is it a dental chair? I mean, I'm literally seeing what is like braces on your teeth and metal wires, and it's very uncomfortable. I'm just going to continue to watch. This is in that black space in your heart. You're not able to cry. These wires somehow are preventing you from expressing yourself naturally. Because it's like you're forced to have your lips pulled back like this. You're forced into the situation, and you can't have your own expression. You literally can't. It's like your teeth are grit tightly together like this, and you can't express your natural emotions right now, but I can tell that you're strained. I don't like whatever energy is coming up from behind, almost like the Undertaker, and he has like a big axe. But what I find strange is the axe wants to come straight down, like not the guillotine that cuts you off at the neck, but it's like comes straight down to crack your skull into two halves, okay? And so standing right behind you in this weird dental chair, and then the axe wants to come down and just crack your head in half. But I see this Mr. T is more like a protector of you, because I see him wanting to circle around, and he's trying to understand what this Undertaker means to him, because he's looking at his best move as to how to take this guy out, how to protect you. And he can't get you out of this chair, but he can prevent this Undertaker, whatever this represents, from harming you. He doesn't want this Undertaker to harm you. Imagine Mr. T is part of your family, part of your soul family on some level. Imagine. Now imagine having such a protective soul in your life that doesn't want anybody to hurt you. Someone that doesn't belong there doesn't need to be there. That's what Mr. T says. And I see him, he's baring his teeth, he's snarling, he's growling. But all of this is dysfunctional because he never stops going back and forth, and he can't threaten this Undertaker enough to stop him, but the Undertaker never follows through, and you're always stuck like this, okay? You're always stuck. And so now I have three things happening that are not actually following through with any motion. So there's literally no change. This is in your heart chakra. What does this stuff mean? I don't know, but this is going to really impact everything you're going through right now. So let's see what comes next. Okay, I have to ask you, what do you want to do in order to change your circumstances? And it's in the palm of your hands. And there's a massive U, a giant U, and this U is the color red. And she has a really massive hammer, and it looks kind of like for playing croquet. It's one of those types. And she wants to slam it down to break this room, to open this room up, which right now it just looks like an infinite dark space. Could be infinite in every direction, but she says it has structure. And she wants to break the structure down so that way, I guess you can be set free, or all of this can be set free. I'm not sure. But she's cracking the side of this building. What's unfortunate though is as soon as she breaks the building, there's something of the energy here that instantly goes into her face, specifically her teeth, her gums, her mouth, her throat, and it silences her. She's forced to be silenced. And there's something wrong about the energy in the back of the head, like right here in the back of the head, it's vibrating very strangely. And somebody's coming and putting duct tape over your mouth and then forcing you to be silent and be a good little girl. It's like you're getting really small and you're being ushered in here to sit down with the other children, and they're all like have duct tape over their mouths and duct tape actually around both of their wrists, so they can't use their hands, they can't do anything. And you're all wearing little like black sweatpants and black sweatshirts, and you're starting to blend into the dark. And you feel a bit helpless as to how to help yourself or how to help the situation improve. I say, well, come here with me. Just come here with me. Just come right into me. We'll stand here together and I'll just be whatever the force field is that you need, so that you can actually stand here with me without any of this energy derailing you, because it's way too influential. It's hard for you to stand your own ground with it. You need someone to be like a grounding stone that you could step into so you could stand in this energy. It's really derailing for you. This has made a major toll on just... I feel like as we work through this, it's really going to impact the beat of your heart. It's going to impact your breath. It is going to make an improvement on blood pressure. All of this is going to impact everything for your health. Okay, so you're here and you weigh, I feel you in me, and I feel like you weigh a lot. Like there's a lot of energetic weight here. And it's really weighing me down, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm just feeling it so I can transmute it, okay? And I say I'm not bothered by this at all. I'm just being aware of what it feels like telling it to you, and I'm going to transmute this. And you say, what am I doing to hurt myself? What am I doing? I say, are you doing something to hurt yourself? Are you consciously doing it? You cry and say, no, I would never consciously want to hurt myself. Okay, then are you subconsciously doing it? You say, I'm not sure. Are you unconsciously doing it? Like, let's go there. Let's just throw it out there and see what you say. You say that you do feel like you have an influence on your overall health and your well-being. You do influence, the direction of your life. You do feel that you are making an impact on that. And you just don't know really how, what influences your decisions or the way that you feel, or why are you in the situation right now. Like, you're not really able to connect the dots on all the answers of trying to understand your deeper selves or your deeper you. So that's your answer to the question. I think that's a very good answer. That's a really genuine and smart a self-analysis, as that's the best that you can know right now. I say, what does this Mr. T lion mean to you? You say, I want Mr. T in my life. I say, that's excellent. What is it that you want Mr. T in your life for? You say, it's like, oh, this is complex. And maybe this is helping us to define the answer to the question. Like, let's say there's some aspect of you have no idea where this you is in all your infinite inner selves collective space. Let's say there's some part of you that is is attracting or inflicting self-manifested problems, like a pain and a stroke and all that stuff. Mr. T, you want Mr. T in your life to be there to protect yourself from yourself. That's literally what it translates to. There's no judgment here. I find this is excellent progress. I say, how do you feel that Mr. T would protect you from some other you? Do you feel like maybe he would like eat them alive, or he would just maybe push them back and then circle you to make sure nothing harmed you, kind of like we're seeing here with this Undertaker? You say, no, I feel like he would be a spirit walking in my own shoes, helping me to be stronger in life, helping me to be strong, a stronger person. Well, why don't we see if Mr. T can somehow be a part of what that vision is? We're all a part of each other. It's like we're going to get a Mr. T attunement for you. It's like we all remember everything in our souls, and we know everything in the universe because we're part of everything, right? But as human beings, it's like we need a reminder, we need help to remember very specific things. So that's why, for instance, Reiki, you get an attunement, and the attunement is the vibration to help activate the memory of itself so you can work with it, right? It's already there, it just helps you to reactivate the memory, you know? And so here, we can do a Mr. T activation to activate the memory of Mr. T within yourself, which is going to empower you to be a stronger lion in your own life, right? Okay, so he is really honored to be a part of this. He didn't know that his life was going to be what so he lives this life as a lion. He wakes up in the spirit realm to work through the experiences, and it's pretty neat when he remains close to the earth, to be able to interpret how his life impacted so many people. And it's like, on some level, you could say he had no idea he was impacting people in such a way, but all along he knew he was going to impact people in such a way. But he's really honored and touched that he impacted you, and in a positive way, like he's inspired you. So I see he stands as a man that is like a lion standing upright, and he puts his paw on your heart. And he said he would be honored to be a part of your heart. And he does two things at the same time. One is he puts his paw on your heart. The other is he hugs you. He says, he shows me that in the hug that there's love. And the love is protective in and of itself because it cares. And the love that cares so much would do anything to protect its family or protect its vision or its goals or its dreams. And so this love is going to do anything. And it's sort of like, it's a river flowing through you. Like it's to inspire you to feel the same passion about anything and anything and everything you want to put your heart into in your life, that is protected by the energy of Mr. T, which is now the energy of yourself. So you need protected from the energy of yourself. Now you are the energy yourself of protecting yourself and the things that you want to get out of life. So we literally just turn that inside out. Like Mr. T needs to protect you from some aspect of yourself that is creating this damage. But now that we are doing this activation, there aren't any parts of you that are doing damage, because all there is a motivation to protect the things that matter to you most in your life, which is protecting the expression of your heart and your heart's dreams and inspirations, desires, the things that you want to get out of this life, right? Which is good health. We need good health in order to manifest that stuff too. So it's protecting your good health as well. But he also wants to acknowledge that he's touching your heart. He's touched your heart, but he's really, he's touched. It's almost like a mirrored experience. Like he's touched, that your heart was touched by him, and now he's touching your heart. It's symbolic. He says thank you and he bows to you. But what I see happening is not his spirit going into your heart, but I see you being activated as the spirit within him activates within you. And it's like a strong, beautiful energy. strong, beautiful energy within your heart. I feel like this whole scene with the dental chair and the Undertaker, all that stuff is starting to change. And you're still in my shoes here, okay? Let's lighten the load of your energy field. It just feels like something is weighing you down, like the size of the moon, and we don't need it. You don't need to hold on to anything. Like whatever you can do to lighten the load of anything you're emotionally holding on to, you're mentally holding on to, like whatever you can do to lighten the load, just lighten it. And you don't have to have all the answers today. You don't have to have all the problems of the world or your life or whatever answered today. So anything that causes a devotion of your energy to that thought or to that emotion, no, we're not going to, because we don't need to. And it's better to have all your energy back in yourself than to be branches of a tree putting your energy into this and this and this and this and this emotion or thought or whatever. So we're going to just drop the weight and bring that energy back to you, which is your own energy. And you get to swim in the river of Mr. T inside yourself, and this beautiful and strong and devoted and determined lion energy. And it's not like it's really solid. It's really confident and solid and determined. It's good. It's really good. I just say breathe with me. There's a lot of stuff I don't even think we would ever know about. Like our human selves, we could dive into that Pandora's box, but why not just see the moon and then just let the moon go? Whatever's in that moon with that sack of the size of the moon, we don't need to know it all. We can just let it go. We can just say, I don't need to know it all, and I'm just gonna let this go. That's a lot better. Still work to be done, but a lot better. Especially I feel it in the legs and the feet. Still feel a bit of the shortness of breath energy. I don't know why I feel it like right in my neck here in the oddest way. And okay, is there any resistance to breath? Is there any resistance? We're gonna do a little bit of aerobic activity here. So we're gonna do like some jumping jacks in your energy field. You're gonna do them. I still want to investigate more of the original scene, but I'm gonna step you aside and we're just gonna do jumping jacks. And it's fun because you're starting to take on the form of a gymnast, and you're starting to feel like really strong in your body and really agile and free and light as a feather. And you're on this like super big floor that's like got springboards. It's like bouncy and soft. And you're running and you're doing like this super awesome gymnastics. You're putting on a show for me here. It's really fun to watch you. I mean, you're doing like everything, like round offs and back handsprings and flips and everything. It's about confidence as well, and there's aggression. It's aggressive. I mean, you have to work with the power of energy itself to be able to accomplish these moves. But you also have confidence in your body and the way you know how to do these moves, and then have the ego of joy to be able to show off how talented you are. You know what I mean? So a lot of that's getting like wrapped up and intermixed here, and it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying watching you. And you say, make it real, like not just a fantasy. And so I'm going to make it more dense and more aligned with like the earth plane, the present day earth plane, just so your body can really feel this. It's like your body wants to drink up this activity. It's so fun and freeing. They say, yes, you can have this. Whether there's so many things that some stuff we'll be able to do in this life and some stuff we won't, you know what I mean? And so there's going to be stuff we can do and stuff we can't do, and somebody else will be able to do it where we can do this, they can't do that, so it's like but we can also enjoy. Visualization is powerful, so we can give ourselves the freedom of experiencing, and living in a reality where we are capable of doing the things that we might not be able to do in this life. So you can see yourself as an Olympic swimmer or gymnast, or you can see yourself like enjoying the beach in a hammock. Like you can you not only see yourself, but you feel the hammock. You experience your whole body lying in it. You feel the temperature of the air. You feel the hot sand or the shade, You take a dip in the ocean, You see if there's other people on your beach that you didn't, it's like it's your beach, but yet somehow people appear there sometimes that you didn't expect. Like you can go talk to them. You can feel the temperature of the water. You can look and see what's in the water of your ocean vision, You'll be surprised. You'll find things, that you didn't expect to be there. And so you can experience yourself as an incredible gymnast or an amazing Olympian ice skater or whatever you want. And you can actually activate your body through doing this stuff. You can inspire you, like, if you're having a hard time eating healthy, visualize yourself eating salads, or if you want to eat, shift up your diet, don't visualize yourself eating junk food. Visualize yourself eating drinking juice and fresh fruits and vegetables and whatever, right? And that you're enjoying it. Believe it or not, this activates inspirations inside yourself to go and do those things. And it helps to remove the blocks or resistance from making the healthy choices. You know what I mean? So spend some time enjoying some participating in a visual experience. It's okay if you can't see it crystal clear, because the experience of it will be crystal clear, and that's what you want to get out of it. I mean, challenge yourself to drink the cleanest glass of energy water you can ever get your hands on. This is the cleanest water, energy water I could ever drink, and I'm going to enjoy drinking it. And I'm in my visualization and I can feel my hand touching the glass, and I can tell this glass is full of water and is the cleanest, awesomest, most activated, angelic water in the universe, right? And now I'm going to put it to my lips and I'm going to actually taste it in my mouth and I'm going to drink it down. You're consuming a positive energy right now. You're adding that to your experience. This isn't just fantasy. This is material item from the energy world that you are energetically adding to your energy body, and then inspiring things, positive things, to be attracted in this physical world. This stuff translates here in this physical reality. It becomes good stuff. Okay, that's why we gotta always think positively and see ourselves in positive places. Okay, so let's take a look again here. Where are we at? Oh yeah, you're smelling garden of flowers right now. You're walking with Mr. T in the garden. You're having a wonderful time talking to him. You talk about the things that you admire about him. He wants you to admire some things about yourself. Like, he asks you, what do you admire about yourself? He asks you to answer that question with him. And this is a real question. It's interesting. What would you want Mr. T to admire about you? He wants to know that. It's not about what he chooses to admire about you, but what would you want him to admire about you? It says something. It's bold. It says something. Okay. Boy, your energy field is so different. Still work to do, but my God, it's so different. It's more empowered. It's more putting, it's positive, and it's like knowing that you have so much more control over your circumstances and that you can take more control over your life. Like you've got the bull by the horns here. I feel vibrationally that something inside of you is saying, I got this. I have more control than I've given myself credit for. There's so much I can be doing. I'm excited to try some new things. Like your energy field's talking like this. It's really good. Okay. Dental chair. Do we need the dental chair? I need to go look at the dental chair and you in it. And you're within me here. You say, it's like, it represents powerlessness. It represents powerlessness and a bit of it extremes. Like, you should go to a dentist and have a safe dental experience. This is like going to a dentist and it turns out to be your worst nightmare with an evil clown ripping your teeth out or something, and you're trapped in a chair and you are helpless. You're completely helpless. You say that you feel that way on an extreme. There's parts of you that have an extreme relationship with feeling helpless. Okay. I mean, it's an honestly stated evaluation. It's honest. I say, well, do you feel like you can help her? You know, like get her out of the chair. You say you can't. She's helpless. So I can't help her and she can't help herself. I say, oh, so she actually has to go through a helpless experience. She has to know what helplessness feels like. Do you feel like it has to be helpless? It brings out a side of you that's kind of angry with yourself for some reason. It's a bit twisted up, almost like you deserve this. You deserve to be in this helpless experience where you're going to feel pain from it. You deserve it. And so it's a bit twisted up. I say, did you see that? Did you see that part of you shine through for just a brief second? And she's not gone yet because she's like, I'm still here. Oh, okay. You're still here. Great. So what are you going to do? Do you like who you are? Do you feel like you have purpose as this? Like, how do you feel like you're helping the overall community of yourself? By being this like rogue self that wants to attract an experience where you're helpless and it's painful. Because this rogue self is also you. So she's gonna have to go through this too, unless sometimes these things get so disconnected that they don't feel like they associate with the pain that they cause. The oneness of themselves, okay? So she's like an individual that isn't going to feel or participate in any of this, but she's going to cause harm to it, but she's not going to participate in it. That's incorrect. She's participating in it, and now she gets to feel it. It's horrifying. So when I allow her to open her eyes in the you that's in the dental chair, she screams like, she screams in the most horrendous, most horrific, like it's the most disturbing screaming sound anybody could ever hear. Like, it's really scary to hear her scream like this. She just screams and screams and screams. Like, I don't know how to interpret the sound of screaming that is so horrific. It's mortifying to hear it. It like is it's worse than a blood curdling scream. It's like it doesn't even sound natural. It sounds just horrifying. She's still screaming. I say, why are you screaming? She says, because she wants her screams to be louder than the pain that she's going to endure. So that way, if she focuses on her screaming, she won't have to feel the pain. and I'm gonna do something hard, but I snap my fingers and it's silence. And now the Undertaker is here. Because this has to be fully self-realized, okay? It has to come full circle. And no screaming, and no, we're gonna hear every part of this. He's called the Bone Breaker. What's weird is it's like, I expected it to be more like leg bones or something, but it's like he's ripping the braces off of the teeth. And he's laughing. And I see that Mr. T can do nothing to help you at all. And he feels powerless. And I remind her that she's you and she's Mr. T as well. And what would Mr. T do? I mean, she basically says Mr. T is dead. So Mr. T isn't doing anything. Mr. T's dead. Okay. She starts to do a visualization, and she visualizes this Undertaker. His face, it looks weird, like the skin is a pinkish red color and it's bloated and bubbled out everywhere. I mean, it looks very disturbing. And he has, he's wearing white, like white lab coat and white pants. And she imagines these bloated parts that are bubbling start to pop and get really hot and start to pop. And when they pop, something really hot, sort of liquid comes down and burns in his eyes. And he starts to get scared because he doesn't understand what's happening. And this you says, I will kill you, I will hurt you, I will kill you. I mean, it's like really straightforward here. And she keeps using these visualization skills, and she visualizes herself getting out of this. But when she's set free, he's going to be in the torture chair, okay? Now remember, we're talking about inner selves, subconscious selves, inner collective relationships with ourselves. So when the relationships get, like, life causes us to split apart many times. And we start to develop different personalities that we don't even know that we have deep down inside that are attracting us to feel different ways or have different experiences. And they can be, it's hard to know how to heal these, okay? But we're gonna get through this. She says, I will kill you. Yeah, she just says this, okay? And he's in this chair now. But it's really gross because she doesn't need to use any kind of axes or anything. She just visualizes really disturbing things happening to him. So what I do is I take her and I put her into him. They turn into, basically, it has to do with duct tape over the mouth of what becomes a stone statue of a man and a woman. And there is no breath, there is no breathing. And there's death. Suffocation becomes death. And I know there's children in here that all had duct tape over their mouth. They're all dead as well. Wow. This is becoming different. It's becoming extremely cold and silent. And there's a breathing of a single person that is a female. She kind of reminds me of Elsa. There's something delicate and beautiful and cold about her and about the place that she lives. And she silently breathes, even to the point she doesn't want you to be able to see her breath in the air either, so that she becomes non-existent. She wants to not exist. I say, I can see you. She says, stop hurting me. I say, are you happy? I start to see the glimmer of that rogue you in her eyes. And I also see the look of an owl. And big round owl eyes. I also see a person who's shackled and basically tortured and dying. I see a longing to let go and transition. This is all this inner collective stuff. All right, next thing I'm going to do, we've seen a lot of stuff in your heart, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back. And what I'm going to do is put warmth into your heart and gentleness and forgiveness of any hardships that were done to you. Forgiveness of any internal selves that went through hardship and the only way they could cope was to separate and then attract more hardship. These patterns, right? So we're going to put warmth to that. And we're going to see a really healthy and loving Mr. T as a part of your heart and a part of your soul family. As your friend who cares about you. Major improvements. It's a lot more breathable, like through the toes and the ankles and the legs and the hips and the torso, like and through the throat, like a lot more breathable, a lot more pleasant. But I just want to look at the brain, the mental body area. It's odd, like it's slippery and it's got like a pale blue colored thin layer and it's slippery. Feel a bit defeated is the next thing. Like you're gonna have to just succumb to whatever comes next. Like you don't really have the power to put a wall up or a shield up for whatever could come next. And it's like you're tired of getting beat down. And you're tired of having to be exposed to a beat down. You're very tired. It's like you have to be a mountain, like a really strong mountain to get through this life. And you want to just be you. And I see we're inspired to plant a garden of flowers in your mind. Not just in your mind, your energy mind, but your physical mind, your brain. And these seeds, it's like these flowers impact the blood flow as well. Like they're impacting, it's like anything green that grows, it's gives us the gift of air, right? And breath. So these energy plants are cleaning the energy air and encouraging more oxygen. But not only that, they're just bringing a better, healthier balance. And they're bright and beautiful and they smell fresh and they take us back to these gardens, like walking through this garden with Mr. T and the flowers. That's amazing. Pretty incredible. I'm just gonna help you to glow very, very bright. We're gonna send the love and support of all the angels and all the angelic realms, okay? To support all of your inner collective selves and all the hardships that they've been through. Not all of them are being held, whether they're strong and courageous or they're really gone rogue, okay? They're getting support. All the colors of the rainbow are here. Really positive energy is shining in. Just see you doing some stretching. Some yoga poses. It just really is great for blood flow and breath, and it's just incredible gift to your body to do this. Even me seeing you doing it in the energy world is going to inspire you to feel really bright. I'm telling you, visualization techniques are powerful things. They work. It's not just seeing it, it's participating in what you are choosing to see. So it's kind of like, I mean, you gotta make it a dimensional experience. You gotta experience still breathing, feel the temperature of the room, feel the stretch of the muscles, make the choice, feel the blood flow, feel the breath, hold it, you know? Oh yeah. All right, that's what I'm here to share. Thank you so much for this, so very much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with others here too. And everybody watching, thank you for all your love and support. And I wish you all a very beautiful day.